What is up, everybody? Back on the 190 project here.
Kind of been slacking off.
Yeah, we've been vacationing.
Priorities.
Mrs. G is getting ready to take all of this apart and repaint the gauge cluster. Where we left off in the last video, we had block sanded this and filled it more, and then I sprayed it with sealer, and I could still see little dings in it, so I'm a nut. But we block sanded it again, and Mrs. G just got done filling all the little low spots and block sanding it again. So gonna spray it with primer,
And that's the end.
and then that's the end.
Yes.
Mrs. G has the fenders all smoothed out, so I'm gonna make up some stands to hold them, prime them. I think those are like the last two pieces of orange. Oh, the seat. I gotta rebuild the seat frame, but
Thank God.
we're getting there. This stuff just looks amazing. Gotta put my decal on there. The hood's finally orange. That hood is laser straight. Mrs. G did an excellent job of filling that and block sanding it. Four coats. What? I'm videoing, babe. 4 coats on the hood. 3 coats on the fenders. They just look amazing. Can't wait to put them back on. Slowly reassembling. So I got this spindle back in. Yeah, I messed the paint all up. I should have assembled the spindle and the top links before we painted it, but I'll have to touch that up. But I got this one back together, the wheel bearing hub back on, the tire on, the tie rod on. I got the steering cylinder back in there. Steering hoses routed. Putting all these lines back on. I'm glad that we took the time to take all these off and polish the fittings on the end. It just sets it off. I changed that hose and this hose. I just got to button this up. I put the starter back on. Put this tire back on. Put the fan on. What a difference. If you've watched this whole series, when I was taking it apart, there was a bunch of side play in the spindles. When I put the new bushings in on the other side, it's perfectly tightened up now. New top link, there's no play there. And there was a ton of play in the steering cylinder, and I replaced the spherical bearings on the ends. That's all tight now. So I think I will set you guys up here, and we'll put this together. To get them old bushings out, I just take my air saw and cut a notch in it, and I use one of these chisels to get behind it and peel it over to be able to put the new bushings in. So I'll set you up. SG is taping off where we still have to paint where the year-round cab brackets were when we originally painted the frame before I got fenders. I'm running a tap through all these holes on the front end here so we can put the 2 front side panels on and the radiator back in.
Hey, it finally rained here. Finally.
Yeah, just rained a really nice shower here a little bit ago. I don't know how much it amounted to, but we will take it.
Heck yeah.
We've got really good looking crops, but we haven't been picking up hardly any rains. Just enough to keep them going.
Oh, so nice. So many pieces. Listen to the rain again. I see all the pieces flying.
Doesn't that look nice? Alright, I'm gonna take it and try to in here. If you go around back here, just kind of guide that hose through.
Okay. Is it going over this? Putting it over this?
Yeah, it goes over there. Long way still. Just don't even worry about that. I just wanted you to ride it to where it came through.
Okay.
Just let it get the radiator pushed in first. Is that hose what's holding it?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it on the front so it doesn't fly.
Should have left it where I had it.
Just hold this damn radiator, woman.
It would have been better.
Just get a full tank so it doesn't fall. Oh, if I had the right size bolts. Try to remember how this goes. Thank you. Need to consult my pictures here to see which way this goes. Well, I'm trying to get mine out. What do you want?
I just don't know if it like doesn't feel like it's gonna fit.
That's what she said. I'm glad I took a bunch of pictures before I tore everything apart, just so I can look back on them to remember how everything got routed. Can never have enough pictures. I'm not huge on all the bolts have to be original ALLIS Chalmers, blah, 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 part number. I put all new hardware in. I just think it's a lot cleaner, and then I don't have to clean all those bolts. So it's a win. Is all of this necessary the way that we tore every single thing apart? No, I mean, but this is my tractor. This one's not for sale. I would have never done this kind of a job on it if I was planning on flipping this one, because there would be zero profit margin in this one. The 4440, that one worked out good. I made good money on that one, but this is also why when people ask me to restore or repaint tractors for them, I say no, because if someone comes and looks at this and says, yeah, I want mine like that, if I charged trying not to make a disaster here, if I charged every minute, every hour that I had in it, and most people aren't willing to spend that kind of money, which is why I don't do it anymore for people. It just takes an awful lot of time to do something correctly. And there's people that would do it 10 times more in depth than me, but that's insane. Okay. Well, that's coming together. What do you want to do next? I'm thinking it's about beer 30 for today. Mrs. G has all of that masked off and sanded. She still has to finish the other side, but all right, I cleaned the paint all off of this prime pump. I think it looks better this way. And then I blew it all out. There's a check valve in there so fuel can't like lose its prime when it's sitting. I blew that all out. Got this new prime pump kit. A little bit of O-ring lube on here. That's all there is to it. Hopefully it won't squirt diesel everywhere when I prime the fuel filter now. To it. All right, I already put the bottom bushing in. Make sure you got your thrust washers on there. Put some grease on it. Okay. Now comes the painful part to watch whenever I have to beat that top arm back on with it painted up all nice. On the other side, I tried everything under the sun to not mess that paint up, and none of it worked. So this side's just gonna get the old wood block treatment. Alright, there you go. Put our snap ring on. Right. Wheel bearing grease seal. Put the front tire on. I always put new lug bolts in. I just think it adds a nice touch. Try to do this without scratching everything up. I use these like plastic coated sockets from Harbor Freight to keep the socket from marring the paint all up. See, if you use a regular socket, it'll chew the paint off. How do you like that? I wish I could have got it to polish out better, but I finally just gave up. It looks good, and I sprayed it with clear coat. It's just so oxidized that no matter what polishing compound or polisher I used, it is what it is, but I think it adds a really, really nice touch. So, torque these intake bolts. Ow. Try the old Snap-on Wobble Plus. Perfect. All right. Got this next. It's your glow plug or intake heater. That adds a nice contrast. And I really like the look with all new hardware. I've got so many things now that I can put back together on this that it's starting to get exciting. Taking pieces off all these tables and actually putting them back on the tractor. Some of these projects don't think it will ever get to that point. So I've said in some of the recent videos that we've just been getting enough rain to keep the crop going, and my corn crop looked amazing. Then last night about, I don't know, 5 o'clock, we only had like a 40% chance that it was supposed to rain yesterday, and it was super hot, humid. This major thunderstorm blew up out of nowhere, and a lot of my farms over here towards home got 3.5 inches of rain in 30 minutes, along with major hail and wind, right as they are tasseling. Yay. So now I have probably 600 acres worth of corn that's shredded, and a bunch of it's either laid down or leaned really bad. I love farming. I'll throw in a picture right here. Meet with the hail adjuster on Monday. I sure hope he's in a good mood. Farming has become a very frustrating occupation. I like it. Earlier in this video, Mrs. G was sanding all of this. We got all of this primed and painted where the year-round cab brackets were, so that's all good to go. Ready to put the dash panel in and hook up all the wiring. Once this panel's in, I can put the new steering wheel on. This goes right there. I think I'm going to leave you guys here. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and if you're liking the videos and you're liking the series on this ALLIS, hit the sub button. It doesn't cost you anything. Have a good one.